We're back. Hopefully this time we'll stay in sync. And Bluefoot, you shouldn't do full countdowns in Steam. It clogs up the stream. Anyways, um, and I won't get it when you say go, because I will get it like 10 seconds later because it has to queue up all the messages. Anyways, not talking about that stuff, talking about the game finally. Last time we got a little disturbed by Bluefoot thinking we're out of sync. Anyways,
Blame it all on him.
yeah, we still have Hellic and Vintage versus Dirkradix and Edtjuh. Hellic changed to Plague Champion. Other stuff stayed the same. I'm paused at 5 seconds, and when you're ready, I will start a countdown.
Yeah, I'm ready, so go ahead.
Alright, let's unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, there we are. Vintage this time going straight off the bat for shooters, and Edtjuh going for scout squad, so we have slight changes in the starting build.
Yeah, but Dirk remains true to her Termagant, Hormagant, and then Spore Mine, because it seems to be really effective along with Hive Tyrant. And of course, you actually need to be you need to use those Spore Mines really effectively to put the whole build order to good use, I suppose.
Yeah, I think those spore mines are effective simply for the scare factor and for the fact that with 2 Hormagons you will be able to force your enemy to do some kind of retreat, and then the spore mines come into play. And if you position them correctly, you can get a squad wipe pretty early on, and yeah, early on in the game this can be huge. Vintage this time going for 2 shooters, so slight change of build for him right here.
I wonder if he will go for a triple shooter build. Maybe, maybe not. I don't think the triple shooter is as effective as it is in the 2v2s, as it is in the 1-on-1s. But anyways, our first confrontation here on the top side. Sluggas going for the kill on the Apothecary, but the Apothecary is kiting really effective here. And he has the energy to heal himself up, and he just pops the heal. Sluggas are going to be forced to retreat down to 4 models now. 140 health, but it looks like the double scouts aren't enough to push back the orcs. And Ed is forced back from the map.
And on the left side we have the spore mines revealed. I don't think it should be a surprise to Hellic to see those, as I think Dirkradix builds them every game. They're already shot down quite a bit, lost 1 member.
Yeah, I think when you saw the Helix units, they were a bit more spread out, and he was using that Plague Champion to spot everything. And he did it really effectively, and they managed to get those spore mines, and the spore mines really didn't accomplish a whole lot. But here we go. The Heretics are pushed back by the double Hormagants, and the Termagants, and the Hive Tyrant, of course. And he just did a mass retreat here. I'm not sure if I would have agreed with that decision, but I suppose it was the best course of action, really.
Yeah, this time Hellic goes for 2 CSM squads straight in tier 1.
At the top side also, the Apothecary is getting focus fired by those shooters and the K-Nob. Not sure if the DPS is going to be enough. We see a stun bomb thrown by the K-Nob, but it actually hits that
terrain.
Yeah, the terrain. It's really annoying.
And
the whole terrain thing.
Edtjuh goes for double scout straight to assault marine build. Really useful when you're facing those big shooters, since you'll be able to close the distance and disrupt them. Even more so after the patch hits. I think this build will definitely be a little toned down, big shooter, since assault marines will be a better counter, taking less damage mid-flight. We do have blight grenades employed by the Plague Champion, but they don't hit anything, so they're sort of wasted.
He should have just went in with the blight grenades. I think using the blight grenade as a nade spike is a lot more effective than rather throwing it at a distance. Anyways, the Heretics are going at the Termagants, whereas the Chaos Space Marines are trying to kill those Hormagants. They might be overextending a bit, but it looks like the Hormagants are now in a really bad position here, down to 50 health. And the Plague Champion is firing on them, putting that damage over time thingy on it. Doesn't necessarily seem like it actually... no, it's not gonna kill it.
Yeah, so, 25 hit points, but yeah, killing that squad could have been very good. Hellic very lucky to not lose any models for overextending that much. So Yeah, it was worth it chasing those. But the Hive Tyrant, ouch! Really devastating those heretics with the charge.
Yeah,
That
kills
really
every
hurt.
single heretic practically.
Yeah,
But
only saving grace was the aspiring champion. Now a very nice blight grenade on those homagons, quickly dropping their health.
yeah, those Ormagans are screwed. If those Chaos Space Marines and Plague Champion keeps firing on them, along with the damage over time from the Blight Grenade and the damage over time from the Plague Champion, it might actually go down, but it doesn't look like it. Now the ASMs and are putting the chase on those Chaos Space Marines, but those ASMs are going to be forced to retreat. There we go. K-Nob, everything in the Warcast in their arsenal is going at them. Also, something I noticed is that Real Vintage seemed to have lost his Sluggus somewhere, presumably at the top side to Edtjuh's units. I'm not sure if you saw that, but
I think the Salt Marines were down around where the Apothecary died, and then died there. I think I saw them down here while we were watching the battle, but I'm not sure when they did go down. Anyways, speaking of the Apothecary, he's dead. We missed that, sort of.
There we go, another Blight Grenade is going out, by the way, on the bottom. Those Hormagaunts retreat just in time, though, so that damage over time isn't going to kill him. Plague Champion might be overextending.
Infects the Termagants as well, forcing them off as well. Plague Champion makes it out with 15 hit points. Very lucky Plague Champion. Hellic also going tier 2. Dirkradix doing the same. Edtjuh with his 2 Assault Marines could actually go tier 2 as well right now. Proving that the red team really has a lot of power production going on.
But I mean, the blue team also has a fairly decent. I mean, they have the exact same power income, I believe. Yeah, plus 66. So they're just fine as well. But they're taking a bit more individual squad losses, so that's really putting them back right now. With Vintage losing his Sluggus squad, it was really a major setback for him in the tech race as well. Here we go, we got a confrontation here on the in the top. Stick bomb use on the ASMs doesn't kill anyone though, but deals a lot of damage. But those slugs are in a really bad position here, down to 3 health. ASMs doesn't put it on the chase, even with those bolters. They might have actually gotten the kill there, but he didn't want to overextend, I suppose. But it looks like the Orc player is definitely pushed back entirely from the map here. And right now Ed is trying to kite and shoot this Commander Knob. Not sure why he isn't engaging the K-Knob with the double ASMs. He's just going to have such an easy time with it. There we go, we got a stun on the K-Knob. That K-Knob is going to have to retreat there. There we go, it retreats just in time. Bottom here, Chaos Heretics almost dies from that Hormagant, Termagant and the Hive Tyrant, but escapes with 1 model and the Aspiring Champion.
Dirkradix going straight for the Tyrant Guard again. That proved very effective last game. Hellic goes for a mix of Khorne and Tzeentch Marines. Right now, both also only the Khorne Marines getting the Aspiring Champion right now.
Yeah, getting those Khorne Marines is definitely a good buy for him, since the Khorne Marines is going to put up a fight against the ASMs and will most likely devastate everything Dirkradix has in his in her arsenal. And the Siege Bolters, of course, will be there to assist and do a lot of damage on the Hive Tyrant, presumably.
Very nice use of Crippling Poison on the Plague Champion to prevent him from launching that Blight Grenade again. As that can be quite a lot of pain for Tyranids. At top we have the Real Vintage fighting against Edtjuh's Assault Marines again. Sluggus with Burners come in, try to engage one of the Assault Marine squads. Very nice stun bomb by the Commando Knob. Assault Marines still have their jumps, so they won't be engaged.
I don't understand why he got the Assassin's Knife. I mean, maybe it was just because he wanted to kill the Apoth really effectively, but so far I haven't seen it used to a good... I mean, it hasn't been really that good, to be honest. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage against the ASMs, but the ability itself is pretty good. I mean, so I don't know. I don't agree with getting the Assassin's Knife, really. I don't.
Yeah, the Assault Marines simply have too much disruption to use it effectively. Against a tac build, it can be more effective. There we go, Burner Bomb used on the Assault Marines, forcing one squad off. But those Homogons are still free to gen bash up at top, killing one generator. Now they retreat as they see those Chaos forces moving in as well.
Ooh, that's a whole lot of damage, even though they're still on retreat. They might actually get a squad down to 10 health here.
No, it will get away.
Yeah. That's the second time Dirkradix has been pretty... I mean, maybe it was the third time she was pretty lucky with getting those Hormigans back to safety. And that Tyrant Guard is in a really piss-bad position right here, going up against the Quarter Marines, who are pretty good, effective killers against the Tyrant Guard. They have the Plasma Pistols, I believe. Yeah, Plasma Pistols and Mighty Chain Axes. And that Tyrant Guard is in a really, really bad position here. The Plague Champion also has that Plague Fist, deals tremendous amount of damage, and has that stun ability. Yeah, that Tyrant Guard is screwed.
Yeah,
that was a bit of bad use of... Yeah, really bad use of the Tyrant Guard in comparison to previous game, where it had a bit support always around. Now it was just like roaming around on itself, and it really cost itself... it was a really pointless loss, really. Top side we got ASMs tying up commandos, and another assault squad tying up something. Sluggas with the knob is now dealing terrible amount of damage on the assault squads, down to 400 health, doesn't kill anyone though. Stick bomb used, misses entirely, doesn't do a whole lot of damage since it misses. Down at the bottom we got another confrontation, Hormigans going up against the Chaos Space Marines. Not sure why he's just kiting them at the moment. He should just engage them, since the Hormigans doesn't have that adrenaline gland support from Warrior. And now they're dropping terribly low on health. Might get them on retreat here. No, you have got to be joking me. Is he going to survive with another Hormigan squad? Yeah. She has survived with another Hormigan squad when it was like really, really close to dying. Anyway, Carnifex rolling out. Dreadnought is hitting the field right now. There we go. Bam, on the field. And that Khorne Dreadnought is going to put up a decent fight against that Carnifex if it does get that Mark of Khorne upgrade. Though it's a bit of a risk take going with it, since it can actually start hitting your own units, and it might just be a shot in your own foot, so to speak. Smite going on shoot us, doesn't kill anyone though, deals about 300 damage or so. Librarian taking a bit of a beating now. The K-Nob actually got the special shooter now, but swapping back to the Assassin's Knife might be going to use that ability on him, but it looks like he doesn't have the energy for it, so that's really, really bad.
Yeah, he got stolen his energy by the Apothecary with the Power X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Chaos Dreadnought is also getting the Mark of Khorne upgrade. It's idling right now in the middle. I hate that worshipping thing, because right now it could have been assisting on defending the power generator. Carnifex using that Thornback charge kills one heretic. Might be getting a Aspiring Champion here. One more hit on that Aspiring Champion and it will go down.
There he goes. Bloody sync kill. And there comes the Khorne Dread to support.
Yeah, if he uses that Blood Rage ability, I think it's called.
I don't even
might
think he needs it. The Carnifex is not engaging the Khorne Dread, and the Chaos, the Khorne Marines are also doing a very good job killing those units.
Ooh, there we go. Mark of Nurgle on the Heretics now, assisting on healing those Chaos Space Marines, as well as doing terrible amount of damage on those Hormigans. But again, those Hormigans are lucky enough to escape, and they'll live to see another day as well.
We still have Vintage over at the right side, having a lot of trouble with those Assault Marines. I don't think he was able to deal with them until now. He's queuing up some knobs. I think those will definitely be able to deal some damage to those Assault Marines.
I think I crashed. No, I'm good. I'm a bit out of sync though. I'll catch up.
Alright, I can pause just a little bit. Well, we have the Plague Champion fighting with the Hive Tyrant on the left side right now. Hive Tyrant going straight for the Zinj Marines, who are crippling poisoned by the Termagants. And there comes the Chaos Dreadnought simply to lend some support. And I think the Hive Tyrant might be going down. No, he will make it away, I think.
Nah, it should die. No, you have got to be joking me. Dirkradix has been really lucky with getting those escapes. Really.
Yeah.
With the,
yeah, really, those Homogons at the start. Now the Hive Tyrant. Homogons actually 2 times at the start, barely made it out. We now have Dirkradix going for a Zone Probe, presumably simply to slow down the Khorne Dreadnought.
Yeah, I wonder why he's getting a Zoanthrope. I think it's mainly because he needs something to counter those Chaos Space Marines. I mean, the Zoanthropes themselves do a whole lot of damage, but and as well as they deal a lot of damage on the Chaos Heretics. Might be lucky enough to escape one.
And Edtjuh, meanwhile, going for a Predator tank. Sort of nice Blight Grenade, completely hitting all those Scouts and Homogons.
Yeah, it's still on the retreat though, so it won't do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, Chaos Dreadnought now slowed down by the Warp Blast. We have the Hive Tyrant with the Crushing Claws. Most likely trying to take down the Khorne Dreadnought, but with any kind of support, especially those Siege Marines, the Hive Tyrant definitely won't be having a good time. I love the Daka used on those Assault Marines, who also healed by the Armor of Apothecarian. Nice try to stick bomb them, didn't do a whole lot of damage. Smite going down on the Knobs, who now pop Frenzy. Hopefully the Knobs will finally be able to do some damage to those Assault Marines, but they're still continuously healed by the Apothecary. And now comes the tank. That's not looking good for Vintage.
Yeah, the double ASMs are really now proving useful here. Getting that continuous heal from the armor of the Apothecary, as well as almost, yeah, one of the squads is now level 3. One squad is almost level 3 as well, so the longer this goes on.
Very lucky Apothecary, makes it out with 1 single hit point. He was being focused by the big shooters.
Predator in a bad position. They're being chased by the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought, but as long as Edtjuh can keep his Predator moving, he'll be safe.
Well, if Hellic pops the Blood Rage ability, he will be able to catch up. There we go. Pops it right now. Is blocked by some Assault Marines. Let's see if we will get that tank. One more hit and the tank would go down, but Edtjuh seems to be getting really lucky with pathing. Tank needs 1 or 2 more hits. I think 1 more rearmor hit, then he goes down.
Yeah, that Predator should die, really.
Edtjuh really having a lot of luck with pathing right there. Those Khorne Marines could block the tank. They're opting out to attack straight away and take out the Predator. All 3 VPs currently owned by Hellic and Vintage. 93 to 261 VPs right now. And the second Khorne Dreadnought on the field going for the Mark of Tzeentch to help with that Carnifex that hit the field just now. I don't think that Carnifex will do much right now with those 2 Dreadnoughts on the field.
Edtjuh also lost one of his scouts, apparently. I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, neither did I.
Also, something I noticed is Edtjuh doesn't have any sergeant on his ASMs. Presumably, they both died.
Yeah, I remember seeing at least 1, so I would assume they died.
Yeah, unfortunately getting those kills on the sergeants, but also good news for Hellic and Vintage. There we go, suppression ability used by the Chaos Dreadnought. The Surrender Formation going out on it. Deals terrible amount of damage, but it will live to see another day. The Chaos Dreadnought, not sure what it's doing. It's, right now it's just escaping those ASMs, but he should really just try and make an impact on the battlefield here, because this seems to be one of those decisive moments in the game.
Yeah, he's afraid of the Carnifex, I think. He doesn't want to engage.
I think we might have a Slugger squad going down here, unless the ASMs are going to put up a chase here. Nah, those Sluggers are going to be fine. Knobs hitting the field here, using that Frenzy ability. Love the Daka. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot, except for knocking back one Hormagan squad.
And we still see the Apothecary with the armor of Apothecary and healing everything around him. Especially those Tyranid units are benefiting from it. They have a lot of models and they get healed quite a bit by the constant ticks of the heal rate.
Yeah, something you should notice here is that this librarian is actually hitting stuff and killing stuff, which means that the apothecary is getting that energy regeneration. But in the next patch, the librarian isn't going to give any energy to the apothecary. So, really nice usage of that mechanic so far in the game.
We do have Terminators, yeah, and those will definitely be the game enders the red team needs. I don't think the blue team can respond fast enough, especially since they don't have any VPs right now. Cornmarines on the left side are capping. Right side is not being able to be capped. Those assault marines simply stop those shooters from doing anything. Burner bomb being used on them. Love the Daka, trying to force them off at all costs, simply to be able to cap that point. But there's the second squad, disrupting the commandos. I don't think Vintage will be able to make it. Center is held by the Terminators, the Carnifex, who is now getting engaged by a raged Corn Dreadnought. So
yeah, this is their last stand here. They're trying to make something happen, but it doesn't look like they got enough time to make to beat those Terminators, Carnifex, and whatnot. It really looks like this game and the RelicNews is gonna be won by Dirkradix and Edtjuh here.
yeah, game ends, 0 VPs. We didn't see the Carnifex going down. Yeah, very, I think the first game was really bad for Hellic and Vintage. They were winning a lot of fights, but they couldn't cap up with the VPs. And right now they were simply, well, overwhelmed by that Carnifex and Terminators on the field. That was simply too much to handle. So they lost the VP race towards the end. Onto some stats. We do have Hellic going down twice, Edtjuh dying once, no other commander losses, which is pretty good. Edtjuh, Dirkradix slightly higher level than Hellic and Vintage, who stayed at level 3. Edtjuh, Dirkradix going to 4 and 5 respectively. Unit score terrible for the real Vintage. He really couldn't do a whole lot against Edtjuh. Those two assault marines gave him a lot of trouble the whole game. With the knobs on the field, he finally was able to do something to them, but by then there were Carnifexes and Terminators on the field, so even the knobs couldn't do a lot. So definitely very good play by Edtjuh, I think. Yeah, Hellic and Dirkradix sort of standard for 2 versus 2. Lots of kills, lots of deaths. So power-wise, we have a slight advantage for Edtjuh and Dirkradix, about 230. Not too much, but still, it is enough. It is enough for another Carnifex or something like that. So yeah, I think that's what won them the game in the end. Simply having a little more power. They were able to decap one of the power farms of Hellic and Vintage, and I think that's what gave them the advantage. They could get out simply more tier 3 units and give their enemies more trouble. So yeah, congratulations to Edtjuh and Dirkradix on winning the tournament. Actually winning all their games 2-0. So that is quite a feat, I think, and yeah, very nice play.
Yeah, they're really one of the most awesome 2v2 teams ever. You can just look at their stat-wise, and yeah, they really got good synergy, and it really pays off with their communication and teamwork they got and whatnot.
Yeah, actually, of 249 games that Edtjuh played in 2 versus 2, only 3 losses. So that is quite good, I have to say. Dirkradix, I assume the same. Yeah, 365 games played, only 18 losses, so that is really, really good stats. To make it complete, Hellic, 294 games played, 27 losses, and the real Vintage, 314 games played, 32 losses. So both teams very, very good, I think. But Edtjuh and Dirkradix, I think, simply having a lot more synergy, and they were the better team in the end, I think.
Yep, definitely. They outplayed them so badly in the first game, it was ridiculous, really.
So, yeah, that's it for the RelicNews tournament finals. Again, congratulations to Edtjuh and Dirk. Very, very nice play. But also Hellic and Vintage. I don't think they're bad players. As I say, they
No.
won just as good in the tournament. Simply, I think it was clear from the start that those two teams would face off in the finals. At least when I saw the three. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Despite some troubles in the first game. And yeah, I might cast some more stuff later on. I might not. I still have to learn some stuff. Anyways, I take a break now. I say goodbye and take care.
Yeah, see you.